According to UBOS, over 70% of the workforce in Uganda is employed in the agriculture sector, which will account for around 24.1% of GDP and 33% of export revenue for the fiscal year 2021-2022 in Uganda. Despite its significancy, the industry is mainly unregulated, with 4% of farmers on URA's register. This makes it difficult for the government to collect taxes from the industry, which results in a limited tax base. Honorable Katenya emphasized on how heavy taxes on the agriculture sector would cripple not only the economy, but also the day-to-day livelihoods of especially our rural population. This instead would make the farmers shun from registering, and in the end, the government loses that revenue.
The agriculture sector should not be taxed. Why? Because Uganda depends on agriculture to survive. Most of the industries here are agri-based industries. But we remember, we also want to innovate and go to technology, high-tech. And therefore, we also need money for high-tech. And this will come from us and from different activities of the economy. The increment of the budget for this financial was 1.9 trillion. That increment is very minimal. It means that we have almost run out of sources of what? Income. Because the economy should be, the budget should be progressive. It's not supposed to be retrogressive. Therefore, we are almost operating a constant budget, which needs for more taxation.
One of the ideas was to enhance the 3% budgetary allotment for agriculture in order to increase revenue by broadening the sector's tax base. Since 80% of agriculture activities carried out sustainably, tax incentives that encourage farmers to formalize their businesses should be implemented. This will first of all encourage other farmers to register, expanding the tax base, and secondly, improve transparency and accountability in the industry.
First of all, our agriculture predominantly is subsistence. So where do you want to tap it, agriculture? Because it's predominantly about 80% is subsistence. So there is no way you can be thinking of taxing agriculture. In fact, we should be encouraging our agriculture people to move from subsistence to commercial before you start thinking of taxing them. So if you are only to tax, you only possibly tax those who are doing commercial agriculture, of which most of them, because the government was trying to encourage commercial agriculture and agriculture. That's why you find things like milk exempted from VAT.
One of the biggest challenges that URA has is that we have a small tax base. If it was that everyone is involved in the tax, on a population, for example, 42 million, you'll find that we are only 6 million taxpayers or 7 million taxpayers.
Government can also use technology to track agricultural production, sales and taxes by using digital platforms. By doing this, it would be simpler to identify the sector's taxpayers and make sure they are covering their fair portion of the tax burden. Additionally, digital channels can give farmers access to banking services, allowing them to grow their companies. Software for electronic fiscal device applications, for instance, will be simpler to use and purchase than the device itself.
Of deployment, there is a tool that we call EFD, electronic physical device. That tool costs about $100. It has been a prohibitive cost for many businesses. They say we don't have $100 to spend on this machine. Now, fortunately, we've gotten a software that can go on any device, including a phone. It is an app-based software. So we are customizing it and we'll soon make it available to all taxpayers. So if you don't have the machine, that EFD, you can use your phone, you can use your tablet, you can use your computer.
With measures like introducing tax incentives, investing in infrastructure, and leveraging technology in place, the government can increase revenue collection without burdening the economy or taxpayers. Bronia Katusiime, Smart 24 TV, Business Today.